Have you ever wondered what would happen if we could time travel some of the greatest minds in history right into our modern world? Forget the usual suspects. Let's dive a little deeper and imagine how some truly legendary figures would navigate the chaos of the 21st century. Let's start with a giant of ancient Greece, Archimedes. This guy was the original tech genius, the OG engineer. Forget Silicon Valley startups. Archimedes would probably be running the show at Boston Dynamics or SpaceX. He wouldn't just be designing rockets, he'd be revolutionizing them with principles we haven't even thought of yet. Imagine him on a podcast, casually explaining how to lift a skyscraper with a lever and a fulcrum. He'd have a YouTube channel called Eureka, where he builds insane contraptions in his garage, from heat rays that can pop popcorn from a mile away, to water displacement systems that create the perfect bath every single time. His social media would be full of mind-bending physics puzzles, and his TED Talk, "Give me a place to stand and I will move the earth, and monetize it," would be the most watched of all time. He'd probably invent a clean, limitless energy source over a weekend just because he was bored. Next, let's bring forward the formidable Harriet Tubman. In our world, her incredible courage and strategic genius would make her an unparalleled force for social justice. She wouldn't just be an activist, she'd be a master organizer, a logistics wizard. Picture her running a global nonprofit that operates with the precision of a special forces unit, dedicated to liberating people from modern-day slavery and oppression. She'd use encrypted apps and complex digital networks to coordinate her efforts, always staying 10 steps ahead of those who would do harm. She wouldn't be loud on social media, but her impact would be felt everywhere. She'd be the person world leaders call for advice on humanitarian crises. She wouldn't just talk about change. She would be the quiet, unstoppable engine driving it, inspiring millions with her unwavering resolve and profound belief in freedom for all. Her biography would be a masterclass in leadership and courage. Now how about the master of horror and mystery, Edgar Allan Poe? Oh, he would thrive in today's media landscape. Forget short stories. Poe would be the king of psychological thriller podcasts and prestige television. He'd be the showrunner for a series on Netflix or HBO that would make Black Mirror look like a children's cartoon. Each episode would be a dark, poetic exploration of the human psyche, full of unreliable narrators and chilling twists. He'd have a massive following on Twitter, but his account would be just cryptic, melancholic verses and unsettling observations about modern life. He'd be a guest on Joe Rogan, sipping whiskey and discussing the nature of fear, the beauty and decay, and why a raven is like a writing desk. He would probably also be an indie game developer, creating atmospheric horror games that are more about psychological dread than jump scares. He'd be a cultural icon, the moody, brilliant artist everyone is fascinated by. And what about a true revolutionary, Simón Bolívar, the liberator of South America? Today, his passion for freedom and unity would be channeled into modern political movements. He wouldn't be leading armies through the Andes, but he might be a charismatic political firebrand, using social media to mobilize millions. He'd be a master of the viral speech, his impassioned calls for justice and equality echoing across the internet. He would likely be a controversial figure, loved by many for his idealism and criticized by others for his radical methods. He might try to create a new kind of political union, a digital confederation of states or movements bound by common ideals rather than geography. He would be a relentless advocate for the underdog, fighting against corporate greed and political corruption on a global scale. His podcast, Bolívar's Dream, would have a cult following among young idealists worldwide. Finally, let's consider Confucius. The ancient Chinese philosopher's teachings on ethics, relationships, and good governance have shaped cultures for millennia. In our time, he wouldn't be a dusty old sage. He'd be the world's most sought-after life coach and management consultant. Forget self-help gurus. Confucius would have a simple, profound message. Cultivate your character, respect your relationships, and lead with integrity. Corporations would pay him millions to teach their executives about ethical leadership and creating a harmonious workplace. His YouTube channel, The Modern Analects, would offer practical wisdom for navigating family drama, workplace conflicts, and the search for personal meaning. He wouldn't offer quick fixes or life hacks, but timeless principles. His most viral video would probably be a simple, quiet talk titled, "How to Be a Good Person," and it would resonate with billions. He would remind us that true progress isn't just about technology. It's about improving ourselves and our connections to each other. It's fascinating to think about, isn't it? These figures weren't just products of their time. They were forces of nature who shaped their eras. In our world, with all its new tools and challenges, their core genius would undoubtedly find new ways to shine, to build, to inspire, and to challenge us. Who else do you think would have a wild time in the 21st century? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring this with me today. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more what-ifs and deep dives. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next one.